Welcome, ladies and gents, to another episode of the must see, must listen to podcast that you know, the Wiseman Talks. I am your host, Dante Brown. With me today, we're going to bring him to the ring. We got Oos. Yeet. What's going on,
What's
Oos?
happening? What's happening?
Oh man, what a week we are having, man. Fresh off Crown Jewel, and then straight into the spear heard around the world, man. Literally, man.
Everyone expected that. It's just that no one expected it to happen now.
Yeah, man. But I'm hearing reports that Seth was legitimately
Actually
hurt.
hurt. He's
Yeah,
actually
because
hurt.
after that we're gonna call it. They want to call it the coast to coast Shane McMahon, but I know he's been banned. They don't want to talk about him, but that was a Crispin Wild headbutt dive that he did
Mm-hmm.
into Cody Rhodes, unfortunately leading to the shoulder injury. And because they said that they were supposed to was gonna pull the plug on Seth and the Vision like early next year, which you already kind of figured that faction wasn't gonna last pretty long. But that man, when I seen the spear, like I literally jumped out of my seat because I was like, holy,
Oh wait, you saw it live this year?
yeah, man. My body was already had me up. So I like I said, Crown Jewel, I was already up watching it. So and then Monday Night Raw, I was like, all right. I didn't mind watching it at 8 in the morning. I'm usually an early bird anyway, so
Right.
but man, that just changes everything for war games because I was thinking we was gonna get like the Vision, and then they was saying like I kept seeing like reports of like, oh yeah, Austin Theory like being the next person to join the division, and Brock Lesnar, like that whole thing. Because remember what was that that Friday before WrestlePalooza when he
Yeah.
was told Paul came backstage that we got to talk. I don't know how I feel about Brock Lesnar being in a faction. Like even if it's with Paul, but I don't know how I feel about that because like he's
I
more.
think it ruins everything. Obviously people can change, but he's not a people person.
Yeah, like he was
Yeah.
never really. I don't know last time I seen him. Well,
I
we got to
said
go
this
probably.
before. He's never been in an attack since he's been back when he came back in 2012 when he retired from UFC.
Yeah, because
He's
that whole
never been in a tag team.
that whole thing with like him and Curtis Axel was supposed to be a Paul Heyman guy. I mean, that didn't even really. It was never like they came out together. It was
They were
just
only on screen together once, and it was during that backstage interview. And he
yeah.
said Paul say something stupid. That was the only time Brock and Curtis were ever on screen together.
And literally like the only tag match that I can like kind of somewhat remember with Brock was this was like all the way back like when he first came to WWE, and it was like him, I think A Train and some other guy, and I think it was like it's Kurt Angle. It was like some weird 3-on-2 handicap match or something like that. But like I said, it's hard to try to imagine Brock Lesnar as a tag team. Like unless you go to his
I don't
OVW
see it.
days with Shelton Benjamin, I'm like that's something different. But
Yeah. I
like
know. I don't see it. I don't see how that would work. Yeah.
because then I'm like, what if? Then, like I said, with the whole him when he faked his injury the first time, it was like, all right, what if this is a ruse? Like that still plays, man. But that's the
Yeah.
good thing about WWE now. It's like now that happened, it's like, all right, now we can't just be like, okay, he's hurt, so now we got to pivot this way. But he can always pull that Willy Wonka crap again, and it's like, okay, like all
Right.
right, he can be hurt, but shit, he wrestled twice at WrestleMania 40 with a bad back and a messed up knee or leg, and like I said, he's willing to fight it out. So, like I said, I don't know how that shapes up for him versus CM Punk at Saturday Night Main Event. Now that they're saying, I thought it was going to be not WrestlePalooza, Survivor Series.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
Yeah. Are they still doing Seth and Roman for Mania? You think?
Well, And once we find out how long Seth's injury is, because yeah, that was supposed to be the plan as well too. Like, but because if he needs time off, say this was October, November, December, January, February, March, April. 6 months. I mean, I seen somewhere it said like 6 to 12 months. So if he could pull off like some John Cena stunt where it's like, all right, say it's supposed to be 6 months and you come back like in 2 months, but I don't know. That just
And I think he did say this. I don't know what or where he said this in some interview, whatever. What was it? Yeah, Punk doesn't want to go back to being a bad guy, but I think he should be a heel again
oh yeah, for sure. We
at
we
some point,
need. I
just to
kind of.
give
What do you
give
think
the I
about?
don't know, give them a good, like, he's one of the good. I mean, not to say like most of the roster doesn't don't play good bad guys, but he was like one of the first like people to get like. It's why he's hated by so many people at first. He was a great heel during that straight edge society shit. Like,
I still hold beef with him with the whole Jeff Hardy thing. I'm never gonna let that down
oh
until
yeah,
Jeff Hardy gets his lick back. I'm never gonna let that down.
Jeff said he wants to retire him. Punk.
Yeah, as he should. I said since he's the NX, him and his brother NXT champ, so I'm like that can kind of be his way into feuding with CM
I
Punk.
would
Well, and
love a
this is
feud,
now a
one final
perfect.
feud. Yeah, and Jeff needs to be the heel for that. Yeah, Jeff
I
needs to
feel
be the.
like that can be a WrestleMania match. Like, say the Hardy Boy, well, it don't even have to be both. It could be just one. Jeff Hardy returns in the Royal Rumble, eliminates Punk, and then that sets up like a feud for WrestleMania. Because I'm like, I still feel like I'm gonna keep that prediction. I still feel like Jeff is gonna make his return at the Royal Rumble, and he's gonna eliminate Punk, and that's gonna set up for their feud. Because you can't be in WWE at the same time, and y'all can't not the paths cannot cross. Like it has to some at some point.
Do you think Triple H is a better booker than Vince?
I don't know, man. I see sometimes it's in a way Vince has a slight advantage now that I'm seeing it over Triple H because it's like Vince knew the right people to push. Triple H, he kind of holds on to like certain talent a little too long, or
Yeah, he'll
he'll
tell them that he in a Vince style, like, "Oh yeah, we'll push you," but like they
yeah,
never.
or if they do, they don't win. Like the Drew McIntyre, you give this
Carrying
man
cross.
opportunity after opportunity. You push him up to the mountain, but then it's like you knock him right down. It's like, all right, yeah, we want you, but
What happened to Drew, man? He was supposed to be champion. Like he was supposed to be the heel Roman version of Roman, right? Like by now, like.
like I thought when he had that the feud with Jay for a little bit, and like that whole that War Games thing where he joined the Judgment Day. I'm like, okay, like all right, we're pivoting to a heel Drew McIntyre, so it's like, all right, now he's gonna be like what Seth Rollins' position is. I thought he was gonna be like there right now, like all right, he's gonna be the guy. But then you let him win the title for 5 minutes, and then it's like, okay, then he couldn't get it back, and then you put him in the feud with Punk, and he loses that feud. You put him in a feud with Drew Damian Priest, he loses that. That you put him, like, lose to Cody Rhodes, and now I don't know what this thing they're doing with him and Jacob Fatu, but I'm like, damn man, like at a certain point you gotta like look at him like, hold on, what are y'all doing with me? Because like Vince, he even though he said he was the chosen one, that was way too early with what that 2010 or whatever. But the pandemic, he was one of the people carrying the company along with like Roman, Bianca, the Street Profits. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
even Seth kind of somewhat carried that the pandemic with the whole Messiah. It was entertaining to see, but like, what are we doing? Like, I don't know. He's one. Like Bianca Belair is another one. Triple H doesn't really kind of. He's not giving her a push. Like Rhea's getting a crazy push. Eo's getting a crazy push. All of his people are getting like kind of
Mm-hmm.
those pushes that is kind of not fair to other people. Like he ain't really doing.
Vince had his people too. Baron Corbin.
Yeah, but he never won a world title. That's the thing. Like
That's weird. Yeah.
he just like there was the whole lone wolf thing. You win the and I mean, didn't he win Money in the Bank?
Yeah.
Yeah, he win it, but
Actually,
then
no, he
lose the
didn't.
cash
Oh no,
in.
yeah, he did, and then he lost it. Then he lost it
Yeah,
because of Cena, I think. If I'm
that's
missing.
funny. Cena caused a lot of people. Remember when Damian Sandow tried to cash in on him,
Yeah,
lost that.
yeah, and lost it. That's what started the downfall of Sandow.
And then it's funny because Cena was the first one to actually lose the cash in. Because when Big Show came out and cost him the match, and then it just went down from there. I was like, okay, from a match that I mean, a briefcase
Attacked him
that
for no reason, by the way. It was the
yeah, like
thousandth episode of Raw.
I never
Attacked him for
understood
no
that.
reason.
And then like CM Punk comes out and attacks The Rock, and it was like, okay, like that was kind of like a weird moment. It was just like, what is going on here? Like it's just nothing made sense, kind of.
Well, I mean, I was shocked to see it. Well, I mean, one of the hottest people, like on the runs, like turning heel again. I'm like, okay, I don't get this. I was
Yeah,
confused at the Punk heel turn, and of course, he said out in the interview, that Cole Cabana podcast, he was like, "Yeah, I was selling more T-shirts than John Cena," and he said he'd owe me one if I turned heel for him. Because like,
mm.
oh well, you want to work Dwayne Johnson? And Punk goes, yeah, and then he goes, and then Vince goes, well, we're gonna have to turn heel because he wants to work a bad guy.
I part of me feels like CM Punk could join the Judgment Day. He could be like the new leader. That could be like his updated version of like the straight edge society. Cause I mean, you already got Roxanne in
And
there.
remember the new Nexus though,
Oh
that
God,
whole thing.
don't get me started. The new
The new
Nexus, the
Nexus,
core, those were just
the new
like
Nexus that did absolutely nothing, did nothing.
they had Timu Batista and Mason Ryan.
Mason Ryan, yeah, everyone thought he was Batista that returned. There were a couple people in the crowd that were freaking out. I'm like, that's Dave. But no, no, it was some fucking like you Timu
Yeah, cause
Batista.
that did, like I said, that was just like a what didn't make sense. Cause like okay, you kick Wade Barrett out of the group for CM Punk and
Mm-hmm.
didn't go nowhere. It just set up for a good match between him and Randy Orton. Other than that, it just wasn't even really all that.
Not really,
Cause
no.
then what made it? I'm trying to think what made it die down. Cause that was see, I don't even know how the group just slowly dispersed. But like I said, I kind of I don't know. Part of me could see the whole CM Punk joining the blood. I'm about to say bloodline. Look at me tripping. CM Punk joining the Judgment Day.
Mm-hmm.
Cause then you can kind of. I feel like Dom doesn't really need to be in Judgment Day no more. It's like I think he's getting to a point where it's like, all right, he can go on his own. Like he can kind of pivot on his own. He don't really need
Right.
Judgment Day. But Raquel, if I'm her, did you watch Monday Night Raw?
No, I just watched clips of it because
Uh,
I was working during
did
that.
you see like the interaction with her and Roxanne and then Stephanie Vaquera?
I did not know.
Oh yeah, so like after, well, did you want me to tell you or did
No,
you?
no, no. Go tell me what's up. What happened?
All right, so after like the whole crown jewel thing, like Seth cut his promo about his the whole victory thing, and then Jackie Redmond came out and was like cutting a little promo with Stephanie Vaquer, and then after a match that Roxanne had with Roxanne and Raquel had with Bailey and Lyra, she
Mm-hmm.
comes out saying that oh she's basically trying to challenge Stephanie, and she's saying like oh yeah like I deserve a title and all this and that, and
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna be on my terms, like one of those like crazy talks. But if I'm
Yeah.
Raquel, I kind of gotta like look at Roxanne like, hold on. I get you've wrestled the most matches like on the Raw roster, or like I guess from coming from NXT, but uh Liv's not here, so like if I'm her, I should kind of feel like I should be the next one up because like this group started before you was even in here. So who was you to
Yeah.
say that like okay like I'm entitled to get in a title match just because I think they might have had I think they had like a feud. Now I might be wrong. I don't know if they feuded with one another in NXT, but I might be wrong. I gotta double check on that. But like I said, yeah, Raquel should be looking at Roxanne like, hold on, who are you? Like, I mean, if anybody should get opportunity, it should be me. Cause like, and I'm starting to kind of get interested in watching Raquel. Cause like at first, she was like, I didn't like her at first before she joined Judgment Day with that whole when she come out and she do her little flexing her muscles, and I was
Mm-hmm.
like, all right, nah. When she joined with Liv,
Looking like another Tamina.
yeah, yeah, like another Tamina. And then when she joined with Liv, I was like, okay, now you just definitely look like you're like a bodyguard because like it was like you were just there just for protection purposes, kind of
Yeah.
like you said, like a Tamina or Nia Jax when she was with Alexa Bliss, like that whole like,
Mm-hmm.
all right, like what are you doing here? But then she kind of started like going her own way, like her feuding with Rhea, kind of like kind of set her somewhat apart from like the whole okay now maybe Matt got to pay attention to her, and I
Yeah.
think, but even with Roxanne trying to challenge Stephanie, I think that's gonna set up for a Liv return. Cause I said I know when Liv come back, she's gonna be going for Roxanne. Cause it's like, hold on. I didn't invite you in this group. Like I didn't make you part of Judging Day. Finn was the one that went out and tried to recruit you in, and now they all welcome you in, and that's like they kind of like forgot about her. So it's just gonna be like that little tension battle between them two, like trying to establish dominance in the group.
Now you wonder who's gonna like eventually down the line who's gonna get involved between Roxanne and Dom. Like who's gonna be the next female that's gonna jump in and then
Mm-hmm.
injure Roxanne. Then Roxanne's gonna come back and attack the new fucking chick that's banging on Dom. Like you wonder when it's gonna end with Dom in the Judgment Day. Soon. It's kind
I don't
of
think it should end with Finn winning the IC title. I don't think he deserves. I mean, they don't need it. He needs a world title just like Finn needs a world title. I mean, just like AJ Styles needs a world title. Because I'm like them winning the IC. That Sheamus, if anything, should be the next person. I think should win the Intercontinental. Him or John Cena. Because I seen like they would mention, oh yeah, they think Dominic and Cena would be a good feud. And I said, if that were the case, would now seeing that Seth was supposed to be Cena's like final match of the year, I mean, of his on his last date. But if it's Dom, even if Cena wins it and then says, you know what, I've won the only title that I haven't won in WWE, so now I'm a triple crown. I'm
hmm
gonna vacate the title, and then you could set up for like a ladder match or something for the Intercontinental title or some kind of
yeah.
number one. Yeah, like you don't really need to do a number one. I think they should do a ladder match. I honestly think that would be the best way to do it. And then put Sheamus in it and let Sheamus win the IC title. So then he can finally say, oh yeah, I'm a triple crown. I won the only title that I haven't won. I don't think Rusev, I'm not really all too about Rusev. I said I never really kind of cared for the guy. So
Not even his first go around.
his first go around, I was like, all right, like, cause then he went on like that undefeated streak, and then like when Cena beat him for that, I was like, okay. But like
Yeah,
then after,
yeah, he buried him. That's what he did.
yeah, and after that it
Cena
was
beats
kind of
him, and
like,
then he became a joke.
yeah. Then that Rusev Day, I was like, yeah, okay, nah.
Vince didn't like that though. He never liked. He never liked that. Rusev was literally like, "Yo, Vince, we have something here. You should do
Nah.
something." And Vince was just on the plane eating his steak, not listening to a damn word he was saying.
Yeah, I
He
was like,
Luke Harpered him. Like the same thing with Luke Harper. Was eating his food on the plane, not listening to any of the ideas he was saying.
yeah. But on so did you watch Crown Jewel or did you see any highlights of it? Did you get a chance
Again,
to?
yeah. See this that I hate. I mean, I listen. It's good for them that they're going global. It's Obviously, smart. You don't. It's the obvious. Everyone knows it's a smart business move, money move, especially Saudi Arabia. That's the
Hmm.
only reason. Like, who turns down that type of money?
Yeah.
Who turns down that? But I really hate the fact that yeah, like maybe what three PLEs tops a year that they're in
Mm.
this country. At least three.
Yeah, and I'm
So
Crown Jewel. I really wasn't a big fan. Just in general, I didn't like Crown Jewel, but just
I'm just happy it wasn't in Saudi.
yeah. Don't remind me. We still got to go through a WrestleMania in Saudi. We got to deal with a Royal Rumble in Saudi. Then you have to deal with a WrestleMania. It's just
Is the Royal? Is that why it was in Australia? The Royal this upcoming Royal Rumble is in Saudi, or is
it's
it the next one? So Royal Rumble and Mania
no,
is
no, no,
in
no, no. Yeah,
Saudi the
yeah.
same year.
It's the Royal Rumble. I think is in Saudi this year, and then next year Wrestle. Or not next year. I'm like 2027 is going to be WrestleMania.
Damn, dude. So we're not gonna watch the Royal Rumble because I'm gonna be at work.
It's probably going to be like 12 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So, bro, I don't get it.
No,
Why,
I couldn't watch
why?
Crown Jewel. I just saw highlights of it.
It's just, uh, oh yeah, yeah. I don't know, man. And then, but then we got SummerSlam's going to be in Minneapolis, so
That's definitely gonna be probably a Brock retirement match. Maybe that's what everyone's
ooh,
thinking might be Brock retirement match.
mm, yeah.
Who
I
would
want to
Brock
see him and
Lesnar's last opponent be?
I want to see him and Gunther go at it, man.
Or Braun
Him,
Breaker?
Gunther, and Braun. I think they the two people. We must get that feud because if Brock Lesnar, like I say, if he goes on this war path that he's on right now, and then Gunther comes out and he's kind of like the savior or whatever, like I think Gunther. But I don't know. Can you think Brock can? I don't know. Brock don't seem like he can hang with like Gunther because Gunther he can put up like 20-minute matches and like
Mm-hmm.
it's nothing. I don't know if Brock has that stability to be like okay let's go like for like a 20 like I think anything
Oh,
like 12
oh
minutes
yes. Oh, amateur wrestlers. Yeah, they never. They never get tired. Like he can handle it.
like you could do a Gunther and Chad Gable and that match can go on for like 30 or something like that like Sami Zayn they have the endurance to
Yeah.
go the distance in those matches.
Oh, I have no doubt. No, I think he can last. I genuinely believe he can last that.
But man, that AJ Styles and Cena match, I'm not gonna lie, that to me, in my opinion, was probably the best match of the year so far. Like
Dave gave it a 3 out of 5, probably.
it, it was just
But
it
no,
was
I agree. Great.
and it was funny because Wade Barrett was like he made a comment. He was like, "Yeah, it's like." He was like, it was like they were. He was like, it was like they were it was like a creative superstar, and it's just like you just use a whole bunch of other wrestlers' finishers and stuff, and then Michael Cole was like, yeah, it's like WWE 2K25, and it was just like Wade Barrett literally described what it's like on WWE 2K25 by not saying it. He just was like giving an example, and then Michael Cole kind of just shut it all down by just saying like, yeah, it's like he played two WWE 2K25 and then like later, he got him back because he told Michael Cole. He said, "Yeah, what was your finisher?" No, Michael Cole's like, "Yeah, I hope he doesn't use my finisher." And Wade Bear was like, "What was that?" There's like the coal miner or coal
The
locker.
coal mine. Yeah,
The,
that's what it was. The
and then
coal
he was like,
mine.
"Oh yeah, don't use that move." He told him like not to use that move in the match because they was pulling out all the stops. Like they was AJ Styles was going to his bag using like his paying his homage to his TNA feudies. Like he did the Scorpion Death Drop. He did the Stinger
Hmm.
Splash. the coquina clutch. And I didn't know until I seen this later. Like he was using a couple other people's moves, like was that Chris? What was the guy? Chris Slander or something like that. He was used like the Angel Wings was somebody else. He did uh Kazarni. He paid like homage to one of his moves. I'm like these moves. I'm like I don't know these guys stuff like that, but like when I seen it online, I was like okay. Oh, I know Kazarni. I wasn't real into TNA like that back then to like know his finisher, but like I definitely heard of the name because like
Yeah.
during that period I kind of was into TNA because I was like, okay, this is where all the WWE people was going when they was leaving, so I was invested into that. But yeah, like and then he did the Sweet Chin Music, but I thought that was Shawn Michaels Sweet Chin Music, but then they were saying it was like some other move, like another one of the TNA people. I was like, okay, but when we see that, we think Shawn Michaels because we go back to WrestleMania 23. And
Hmm.
then he tried to hit the 619 but didn't get a chance to. I said, if he would have hit that man, yeah, we could just end the match right there. Like John Cena, but 40, 48 hitting the 619, and we ain't never seen that. I say that's he's got to hit that before he's done. He's got to do a pedigree because he didn't get a
Hmm.
chance to.
Hmm.
An F5 is coming. We already know F5 is coming. It's got to be. And I want to see a 5-star frog splash. If John Cena hits a 5-star frog splash, paying homage to RVD, who took the WWE title away from this man at ECW, I'm like, that could be his going away finisher. Like, just hit a 5-star frog splash and just call it.
Did you see the Rock was on the New Heights podcast and he said that he actually has some influence on who
Yeah, he said
John
just a
Cena's
little
final
bit, but
opponent's going to be?
and they asked him, they said, "Who do you think it should be?" He's like, "Me, me." But like I said,
If that happens, dude.
who's to say he wouldn't do that though? Like I said, whatever match he has with, we'll all think, oh yeah, that's the end of the match. And then all you hear is the Rock's theme song
It's,
hits with the Rock is cooking, and then you just see the final boss show up. He's like, Cena, you think it's over? You got a match with me, and then boom, we get because I think this was tied up 1-1 the series.
yep.
So it's like this is the end match.
Best out of three. Best out of
Yeah. But yeah, man. And then I don't know if you watched SmackDown this past Friday, but Tamatunga came back and the whole MFTs and
face paint and
yeah.
everything.
But I didn't
I'm
know.
like, that's new. I guess they're. And then I saw one dude comment this, and it's true. This is a feud that both teams needed
But do we think it's gonna be exciting though? Like the Wyatt Six and the MFTs. It's
until
not.
they. We
It's
need an
not.
exciting reason why. I think if to make it exciting, I think you need to find out first a reason why they're called MFTs, right? They're called that's what they're called
Yeah,
now.
the family tree.
We need to find out. Okay, why the fuck did the MFTs just come up on the wides? Who the fuck comes up to the wides? So like we need a good reason as to why. What is it? To is it? I really it's I swear I hope it's not that typical. Oh, who runs? This is about who runs SmackDown. Like that's so lazy type. Like I hope they create something more unique and out there. Something
Yeah,
that
they
done
they
before.
want those tag titles, but like
That
I
I
said,
mean, hey, that do that even. Just don't be like this. We run SmackDown. Like don't have it be that.
yeah, y'all really haven't ran SmackDown. Like you claimed you did when you had Jacob Fatu, but y'all don't run SmackDown. Then, like I said, this whole thing, the whole Wyatt and the MFTs, it's not as good as the Wyatt family feuding with the Shield. Like that was actually enjoyable to watch.
Yeah,
This
not
is
to
just
mention we all knew the Shield the members were gonna be fucking future world champions.
right. Like
No,
no one's saying, "Oh yeah, Tamatunga is going to be a champion."
yeah,
Tatunga,
no.
What is it? What's the other guy? JC Mateo. Like, if anything, I don't even. I don't know. Solo hasn't proved it yet. It's like he's still in that I'm trying to prove it stage.
You realize the Shield was an accident.
Yeah, because what you call CM Punk wanted, was it Cassius Ono to actually be in there instead of Roman Reigns? I think.
So many things. Yeah, Cassius Ono being in there it was one of them, and Triple H said no, we want Roman, and another being okay. We're gonna have these guys are just gonna be Punk's bodyguards, nothing more. And then they
Hmm.
saw how hot that the thing was with the Shield, just taking out superstars. They were like, you know what, we're gonna make this an actual faction, not just Punk's bodyguards. So they moved Punk away from them, and that's when ball got rolling.
Yeah, then they just started shield bombing everybody.
Everybody
Shield bomb the Undertaker,
really
Mark Henry,
confused
The
me. I'm
Rock.
like, and I was a young kid when that happened, so I was really like confused as to why I mean, the Nexus was one thing, but like consecutive month after month, they never
Hmm.
lost. They triple power bombed every legend you could think of. They to think people to think of people they haven't done it. They haven't done it to Lesnar. They haven't done it to Kevin Owens. They haven't done it to Vince, and they never will do it to Vince now.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
maybe they'll do it to Brock down the line, but I don't. I think John Moxley. I think John Moxley is gonna die in AEW, dude. I think I'm generally convinced he's gonna die in AEW.
I mean, the dude's bleeding every week. I'm like, just puts himself in these.
Oh no, no. When I say die, I mean like
Oh,
his
he's not
career,
coming
his
back.
career and everything.
Uh,
He's gonna wrestle until he can't, and it's gonna be all in AEW. I don't think he's ever gonna leave.
his contract, like we got 2 more years left on it, and
He he just enjoys that wrestling more.
yeah. But like I said, and they try to make it seem like he never really enjoyed WWE. But I've seen like
He
highlights of
did.
like him like outside of WWE, like on the outside of like on TV, like him just enjoying himself and just messing around, goofing around with the people in the locker room. So it's not like he doesn't get along with everybody. It's just maybe,
No, it was his booking, of course, and
yeah.
he's not the only one. There's thousands of wrestlers who've had problems with their booking.
And like I said, that was a Vince point where it's like he kind of didn't know what to do with himself.
He was annoyed that Vince just viewed him as a stupid, uh, like a more over version of our truth, basically.
Yeah. And what are they doing with that man? It's just all that released him just to bring him back, just to have him doing the same old shit. Just to have a reason to just let the man go.
I will always be a believer of. I don't think they ever wanted to bring our truth back, but because the fan backlash was so bad,
Bring back who?
our truth.
Yeah. Cause like I thought he was gonna win. I thought he was gonna be that mystery person to enter the King of the Ring. Like I
Hmm.
said, it was good timing. I feel like he's another one that deserves a title. Cause I said, bro, he didn't put the time in and the dedication. I said he didn't complain. I said Cena was at the top. Our Truth was doing this at the bottom and still putting smiles on people's face, still giving you memorable scenes and lines. Like I said,
Yeah,
bro, you got to give him his flowers too. You got to give him a shot. Like to have him fight Cena and it was a non-title match. I'm like that kind of. It's like all right, but anybody else, if that was the case, you would have gave them a title opportunity.
right.
So like I said, I'll get why they're doing him dirty. Um, yeah, but like I said, I want to see R Truth win a world title just once. Like he can hold it. It could be like a CM Punk situation. He can hold it for 5 minutes and then lose it right after that. Like just I
Give him
just
that moment and time in the shine that he'll never forget. That he'll always go to bed and like literally that'll be the first thing he thinks of when he wakes up is that moment at Mania.
yeah, I said that'll talk about Cody Rhodes hype. Like that'll be even more spectacular. Like I feel like,
Hmm.
but yeah, I don't know. And then like with the whole Seth injury thing, now like, do you think there's a chance for him and Roman to somehow be able to bury the hatchet? Because if you got Braun and Bronson doing their own thing and Paul tagging along, they're gonna try to do everything they can to stop him. And
Long term booking. So the answer for me would be no. I think you gotta I mean, you can find a way to have these two team up against them and these two still have problems. You can still have it do that, like you can still find a way to do that. Like even
but
at
it,
like say they these two team up and they beat Braun and Bronson in a tag.
mm,
Like Roman's is gonna be like and I'm not gonna forget what you did,
mm-hmm.
all this other stuff, and Seth's gonna be like, well, I'm not gonna forget all those years you were tribal chief and cheated your way to the top.
But then it's funny because like they do this whole thing where it's like, all right, so they're the whole start of the rivalry stems from Seth betraying him and Dean. But then
Yeah.
like it's like they kind of forget the fact that they kind of made them. I mean, they did make amends. Like,
Nah, dude, they they love to they want to pretend that the Shield didn't reunite 3 times.
yeah, I'm like, bro, even with Dean, like y'all reunited it before Dean had left, and then now it's just like they make it seem like, oh yeah, we're just supposedly just gonna brush that out your memory that didn't happen. We never went there. Like
Okay,
it's,
Roman and Seth are doing a promo a week before their match at the Royal Rumble. This is Royal Rumble 2022.
mm,
And then Roman's saying to Seth, I'll never forgive you for what you did to us. You said to Seth 3 years prior to in 2019, you said to Seth, I want to get the band back together
mm-hmm,
because he had just came back from leukemia and word that got out that Dean Ambrose's contract, he wasn't going to renew it and he was going to leave soon. So they wanted to make a Shield final chapter
yeah,
type thing. But you know, freaking Roman, like
too controlling.
they love to pretend that the Shield reunion did not happen
Mm-hmm.
3 times, but it happened 3 times.
Just like they say with when Paul was telling Roman, like, yeah, you ain't never been carried out in a stretcher and all this and that. Remind you, we was at in South Philly, so it's just I mean that's what the hell was I'm tired. I don't even know what I was
No,
thinking.
I'm tired. No, I'm good. Good.
But damn, I lost my whole train of thought. What was I going with that?
Something with Paul Heyman
Oh
in Philly, South Philly.
no, but I don't know why I said it. What was before that? Um, damn, that's bad. I had it, and then like the sleepiness just kicked in and just knocked me out.
Yeah,
All right, what? It's Paul Heyman. I'm gonna get it. What was he? What was he saying before that? It was Paul Heyman. Was it Seth Rollins related?
it was Shield related.
Oh. Okay, all right, I got it. See, I knew it was gonna come to me. Yeah, and when Paul Heyman was telling Roman Reigns, like, "Oh yeah, you ain't never been carried out on a stretcher and all this and that," but like, oh, but Bronson Reed had you carried out. If you go back, he was carried out by Braun Strowman, and even Braun Strowman came in and chimed in, like, yeah, man, like because I remember because that's set up for their ambulance match. Like
Yeah,
Roman was tied up to the thing, and Braun like threw him off the I guess threw him off the edge of the ramp. I'm like,
Lesnar had him leaving in a stretcher, and I'm pretty sure
yeah. So it's
Drew
like
McIntyre had him leaving in a stretcher.
so I'm like, are we just gonna like kind of forget the fact that this did happen? Like I said, they pick and choose like what stuff they want to just kind of erase off the timeline. Like
I don't think the writers are wrestling fans. That's just my humble opinion. I don't think they're wrestling fans, and I don't think they paid attention to what's happened over the course of the last 15, 20 years.
Cause I'm even shocked. Paul even said it. That's what the crazy thing. Cause I'm like, you was there during the early feuds of Roman and Brock. So it's like you just said something that wasn't right, and you stuck with it. So I was like, oh, okay, all right. But I was like, yeah, for him to say that was, I'm like, okay, Paul, that was a little wild.
Mm-hmm.
And then still waiting for Jada.
Crash out. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
absolutely. Go berserk, and go.
Cause
I'm gonna get him.
yeah, cause you
I'm gonna
see it,
get him.
man. He's taking the losses. That's how he was when he was in the beginning of Bloodline. I mean, he was taking all these losses and still crashing out and stuff. So I'm like, okay, we see it loading, and then him and Jimmy, like everyone, they're butting heads because Jimmy's trying to tell Jay, I don't want
Jimmy
you to be
needs to be the
corrupted like
face.
Roman.
Yeah, he needs to be the face, Jimmy. Jimmy's so likable by the fans. He needs to be a face.
He got to get. I'm sick of this man keep wearing these dang basketball jerseys. I said, bro, how does he not have like any kind
I
of
don't think he
merch?
likes showing his torso. He doesn't like showing
No,
his torso.
it,
Jay doesn't mind, but Jimmy doesn't like showing his torso.
yeah, but it's not like he's like Kevin Owens. Like okay, like it's like the same thing. Like he's just
Yeah.
uncomfortable with himself.
Yeah.
But it's like I mean, all right, wear it. Because remember at one point he was wearing like the t-shirts. I mean, all right, wear something with like the writing on it, so where you could sell the merch. I said, we're just gonna keep wanting to wear these basketball jerseys. Because even when he was him and the Usos like well first joined the Bloodline, at least he had like it was like the t-shirt version, like the
Yeah.
Usos like 1D or one and done, like the only one like go back to that. I said, bro, you just wearing the number one. I said, what you was like you wearing some random like Walmart shirt. It's just like it just had the number one on it. It's like, oh, let me just put this on and sell it.
Yeah. I got it at the YMCA, the Lost and Found. Let me just put this on. I
Yeah.
got another one.
And then all right, and then I'm not gonna hold you because I know it's going on 10:30 and we both are getting tired. But last thing, man.
What's up?
Did you hear that Def Rebel is their contract is coming to an end? And like I'm hearing a lot
Yeah.
of reports that people are getting frustrated with their like theme songs, so they're
Yeah.
trying to figure that out. Drew
Uh,
McIntyre, like I
let's
think they said
let,
Drew, Sheamus, Shins. Well, I think Shinsuke already kind of went back to it, but they kind of was like mentioning how they want to go back to the Jim Johnston, like they want their old theme songs back.
you wonder under this new regime with TKO if they would have a problem if a wrestler wanted to come out to a song from an actual band.
Yeah, that's what they was trying to do. Cause like I said, with the whole Metro Boomin was like, yeah, I'm just waiting for y'all to just let me know so he can like do all that. But I don't see the only thing is I'm not opposed to it, but with Def Rebel, the bloodline, they can't they still I don't want the bloodline to mess change it like Solo, he needs to keep his theme song, that's Def Rebel. Jimmy, Jay, Roman, especially Roman. I'm like, bro, that's Def Rebel right there. Like you can't
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they might make it a thing like everybody else. They're like, okay, like I'm trying to think who else has a Def Rebel theme song.
Seth. Seth.
Yeah, like Seth can kind of change it up because it's like, all right,
I don't
like
know.
L.A. Knight
It's
isn't
been
he Def
downloaded
Rebel?
so many times by so many people. I don't
and
know.
like, and I feel like they say that was another thing too. That's like what was wrong with Seth and Paul, like, because like Seth never changed his character. Like even when he aligned with Paul, it was like he was still doing the same thing, and yeah, and coming out the same. Like it wasn't like he didn't change his character up. He still was Seth Rollins, and like Paul Heyman, like you wasn't really given nothing to work with. Like
You want him to go back to the authority, Seth?
yeah, like
Mm-hmm.
that was when he was like the most hated man in
I'm like,
WWE.
I looked at him like, this is the next CM Punk right here.
Oh yeah,
Now he's not quite CM Punk. He hasn't gone off script, but he is the next CM Punk.
yeah. And then we got was coming up on Raw. We got Becky Lynch and Maxine Dupree. I'm not gonna lie, Maxine, that match that her and Becky had last week, that was underratedly good. Cause I thought that was gonna be like, all right, Becky's gonna finish her in like 2 minutes. I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, all right, it's just gonna like Maxine's gonna look like she's gonna have the momentum, and then right then and there, boom, Becky's gonna take over. But for her to put up a fight like that really was a good ass match,
Yeah,
even though Becky got counted out, but still like that was good. But I feel like AJ's gonna come out and cost her that match.
yeah. Everyone's wondering where she is.
Cause then even if you if you watch the aftermath of Crown Jewel, like after Seth and Stephanie were like in the ring together, showing off their BS Crown Jewel title that doesn't get defended, that doesn't get shown anymore, it stays in freaking Perth, and you get a
Mm-hmm.
ring. But he mouthed to Stephanie, he was like, "Yeah, my wife's coming for that belt," and she kind of like laughed it off and stuff. So I'm like, that probably could kind of indicate that Becky's gonna lose the Intercontinental title real soon, and somebody,
AJ.
like I said, somebody maybe named AJ might cost her the match, setting up for like I say, you could do War Games, or if she somehow is still champ by then, you could do an Intercontinental Championship match. But I kind of want to see SmackDown versus Raw versus NXT versus TNA.
Fatal 4-way.
Yeah, you could, like I said, you got that. You have the Intercontinental United States, the North American, and then I think what is it, that X Division Championship. Like you got
That'll be a
matches,
lot of
right?
matches. That'll be a
Yeah,
lot. That'll be a lot of matches.
and then like for the War Games, it could be SmackDown and Raw versus NXT and TNA, since they kind of, I mean, they
TNA and
already
NXT
worked
are
with one
kind of
another.
like at this point. Yeah.
I think that would be a banger match. Yeah,
WWE and AEW linking up together would be like Marvel and DC linking up together.
that would be wild. Like Marvel, DC, and Star Wars just all
Oh
working
God.
together. Yeah. But all right, Oos, I'm not gonna hold you up any longer.
You-
Appreciate it as always. And if you're new, welcome. If you're reoccurring, you know you can always tell your friends, tell your foes, tell your neighbors,
Let them
families,
know.
let them know. It's Wise Man Talk Podcast. Matty Oos,
Yeet.
Dante Brown, Yeet. And if you don't know, now you know, recognize me.
Make it nice.
All right, Oos.
Peace.
Peace.